Welcome back. We have another red yellow Sabo, right? So these red yellow Sabo builds is one of my co-workers in the channel, in the group page, right? So because I ain't gonna lie, I have my own particular yellow Sabo build that I'm working on, and it's intriguing. I hope it does good enough. I really like thinking outside the box. I like basically if let's say if a deck plateaus, right? It's already hit its ceiling. The only way for it to have a chance to get past that is you have to just try something very different, right? Because essentially, if you make a deck and you're always like you're still using the same cards and you're only making like maybe one or two differences, that could make a big difference. Granted, I'm not negating that, but you might fall victim to essentially making the same thing that's not getting the deck to where it needs to be. So I say that because my friend's build, I felt like he played it a little bit safer. It's like a Revolutionary Army build, but got the brothers in it, so it's like a blend with a guest appearance of Kikunojo and Zoro. But essentially, yeah, I'm gonna get real different. Hopefully, I'm gonna get real different and see what happens, and see if I can really push Red Yellow Sabo to a different tier. That's because that's what I like doing. At least I like attempting it, right? Quickly, I'll try to make this quick. With the channel, we're doing a lot of things. Normally on weekends, we try to upload other type of content, right? Like you've seen some board game uploads. We're gonna try to get some video games soon, and some IRL content soon. Because it's a work schedule thing. That's what kind of like hampers all the vision that we have for the channel. It's just work schedule, because life and adulting doesn't stop for just because you want to play some One Piece. Sadly, we want to play some One Piece, but it's just work. And so hopefully our schedules clear up a bit better so we can give the content that we've been wanting to give in totality, right? So we're going to put some gaming on here. We're going to put some IRL content on here. And speaking of IRL, yeah, so we've definitely been buying cards. Sadly, we haven't been getting to use cards because, like I said, schedule and life. Hopefully that changes. But I'm saying that to say we do sell cards on our TCG player. We do sell cards on our TCG player. We kind of just try to get boxes so we can get what we need to make our decks. So essentially the decks that we build and we showcase with the sim, we try to have an IRL build of that deck. So that's, like I said, that's part of the goal, because the sim is the sim and real life is real life, right? The sim is great practice and gives you an idea how the deck can flow. But in real life, I feel like everybody knows like this. The experience with the sim is like, it's like, man, you'll draw all copies of something. It's nuts. It's the weirdest thing. It's I think everybody has shared that experience where you just consistently, and I do mean consistently, just get the same, all your copies of whatever card you put in that deck. Just in your first hand, second hand, 3 turns go by. Now you got all your this or whatever. IRL, of course that can happen in real life, right? Of course it can happen in real life. But it feels like it doesn't happen as often as it does in the sim. So that's part of the reason why we also want to have IRL content, but to showcase that these decks have an ability to be taken to locals, because that's our goal, right? To make a deck that can be taken and used in your locals, and maybe somebody out there can push the build to where it could be used at major events. Recently, our Doflamingo build, a friend went 3-0. I mean, I said 3-0. God, 3-1 with it. So it's weird because the one match he lost is like our favorable match. So it's kind of funny. He beat the Moria, and apparently he beat the Moria bad. So I guess he just got the God draws. But then he lost to Black Yellow Luffy. And hey, that's just the nature of card games. It's all about what you draw at the end of the day, right? But yeah, like I said, we want to get some IRL content. So we have cards, we have excess cards from us, trying to make sure we have enough to build these decks. So we do sell on our TCG player. So if anybody ever wants to try to find some stuff and buy some stuff, we do sell. And I guess in conjunction with our channel and the channel growth, every time we get to like 1,000, a milestone, we'll just give discounts on our TCG player. We'll give some real decent discounts on there every time our page would hit another 1,000 subscribers. So 1, 2, 3, so on and so forth, right? Until we could come up with like more to offer. Cause I ain't gonna lie, we're not a young page, we're just an inexperienced page, right? So I don't know how to do all that Patreon stuff and all that, and you know what to do. But when we get there, yeah, I want to be able to just offer the community a bit more, like, you know, because I know learning from other content creators, they have like different tiers and they offer different type of services for like Patreons and this, that, and the third. So I'm not going to dive into that like without knowing how to set it up, or even what I feel having enough to offer for such a thing, right? But that is in the future. So what I'm saying is, for the short term, yeah, every 1,000 subscribers we manage to achieve, we'll just start giving some good discounts on our TCG player. So now let's get to this match. Where are we? We got a Luffy on top of our life. We're kind of low on counter power in our hand, but it does work out in the sense it's constantly summon our revolutionary people and just chuck the bricks. But they got 1 life, 3 cards in hand. Let's see the decisions they choose to make. Sadly, Luffy is not a trigger summon. So if they attack into us, then that essentially just puts Luffy in our hand, no board development. Okay, so they go for Garp. Our leader is 7k. If they try to go for another ETG play, okay, we got our 1 counter card. We're going to counter on that. Yeah, if they try to go to an ETG play, then essentially they're going to put themselves in lethal, because we got the 2 life to stop 2 attacks, and then we had the counter, which is what you just saw, to stop a 3rd. And that's it. They don't have enough Dawn to spread out the attack enough. Well, definitely take that. Clearly have no counter power in our hand. Okay, so now they're just hoping. Well, that looks like a fun play. Summon Luffy, swing, put him back in life. Summon Kid Luffy, summon Luffy again, swing again. But then again, there's nothing gaining the buff, right? And our Dawn count isn't that high. We're not at our 10 Dawn state. Okay, we're at 9. So it's like 5, 7. Oh, okay, so we could have had a Zoro. That would have been a fun play if we had 10 Dawn. But we're gonna go with Kid and Killer. They get a free 7k swing. And then we could put Kid and Killer back onto life, and then let Zoro swing for 8. And I don't think they're gonna have enough to get out of that. Let me see. Well, technically they got 4 cards, 2k, and then they'll need 2 more 2ks. So this is the law of probability. Yep, they don't got it. Oh, subscribe. That's the important thing. Like, share, comment, subscribe. G.